Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. Dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change. Because your own strength is unequal to the task, do not assume that it is beyond the powers of man. It is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who hankers after more. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Anger cannot be dishonest. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look there. Receive without pride, let go without attachment. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Confine yourself to the present. The man should be upright, not kept upright. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. What we do now echoes in eternity. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. To love only what happens, what was destined, no greater harmony. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Remember matter, how tiny your share of it, time, how brief and fleeting your allotment of it, fate, how small a role you play in it. Think of yourself as dead, you have lived your life, now take what's left and live it properly. The best answer to anger is silence. Remind yourself that your task is to be a good human being, not to judge what others do. Whenever you want to cheer yourself, think of the qualities of those around you. Don't go on discussing what a good man should be, just be one. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. External things are not the problem, it's your assessment of them, which you can erase right now. When someone is properly grounded in life, they shouldn't have to look outside themselves for approval. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? Don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Stick with the situation at hand. Take away your opinion, and there is taken away the complaint, I have been harmed. What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee. You must build up your life action by action, and be content if each one achieves its goal. Don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Do not allow your imagination to be carried away by what is happening outside you. It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility within consists in the good ordering of the mind. When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You should not give circumstances the power to rouse anger, for they don't care at all. The universe is transformation, life is opinion. Constantly think of the universe as one living being with a single substance and a single soul. Adapt yourself to the life you have been given and truly love the people with whom destiny has surrounded you. What does not benefit the hive does not benefit the bee. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig. Receive wealth or prosperity without arrogance, and be ready to let it go. Time is like a river made up of the events which happen, and a violent stream, for as soon as a thing has been seen, it is carried away. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. Remind yourself that your own mind can master all that happens to you. To live in harmony with nature is the only true freedom. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be borne. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Despise not death, but welcome it, for nature wills it like all else. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which arm you today. Think constantly how many doctors have died, after often knitting their brows over their patients. Think constantly how many astrologers have perished, after predicting confidently the deaths of others. Think constantly how many philosophers have passed away, after endless discussions about life and death. So make your exit with grace, the same grace shown to you in birth. Stop drifting. You are not going to reread your notebooks or the ancient histories you have accumulated. Remember how long you have been putting this off, how many extensions the gods gave you, and you did not use them. Life is short, that's all there is to say. Get what you can from the present, thoughtfully, justly. To accept it without arrogance, to let it go with indifference. Keep in mind how fast things pass by and are gone, those that are now, and those to come. Always observe how ephemeral and worthless human things are. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. All things are linked with one another, and this connection is sacred. When you want to talk, be brief, so that your words may be to the point. Let your one delight and refreshment be to pass from one service to the community to another, with God ever in mind. Injustice is a kind of blasphemy. No man is tired of receiving what is useful, but it is useful to act according to nature. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Consider that everything is opinion, and opinion depends on the mind. Do not say more to yourself than the first impressions report. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment about them. If the problem is something that you can do anything about, then there is no need to worry. If it is something you cannot control, worry is useless. The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do. You have seen that, now look at this. Do not be disturbed, remain in tranquility, free yourself. No role is so well suited to philosophy as the one you happen to be in right now. Remember that everything is only for a day. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. Do not give up in disgust or impatience if you do not succeed in acting as principles dictate. Be satisfied if you succeed in even one small matter, and consider that a good beginning. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Think of all the years passed by in which you said to yourself, I will do it tomorrow, and how the gods have again and again granted you periods of grace. Realize that you have already lived your life. Now take what is left and live it properly. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. Do not let your imagination dwell on all the bad things that might happen. Stay with the present. Remember that man lives only in the present, in this fleeting instant. Nothing is more miserable than one who is always around, searching for what is in other people's minds. When you have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, remember, I am rising to do the work of a human being. What is your vocation? To be a good man. When you kiss your son good night, whisper to yourself, he may be dead in the morning. Do not tempt fate, you say, but what a risk it is to ignore it. Think of the life you have lived until now as over, and as a dead man see what is left as a bonus. Remember, you can endure anything your mind can make endurable by treating it as in your interest to do so.